Just because my 911 has now sold doesn't mean the Porsche content is going to end. Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Last week I recorded a new episode of my podcast, Behind the Glass, with Ed Lovett from Collecting Cars. I actually think it's a pretty good episode if I don't say so myself, so if you haven't heard it, go check it out. But whilst I was with Ed, I was talking to him about the fact that later in the year, I kind of want to reignite my hunt for a classic car. Something that kind of had to take a back seat during Drive the World, but was within my bigger plans for 2020 before coronavirus came along and ruined everything. But I still want to try and give it a go, see if I can bring a classic car into the STG garage. At that point, Ed said, well, hold on a sec, because I might have a car that will be up your street. It's about to go live on Collecting Cars, and it's a Porsche 911 Tuthill Special. Now, if you're going, oh, hold on a sec, Tuthill, why do I recognise that name? I feel like it's been said on this channel before. Well, you're not wrong, because you may remember my friend Phil, Crazy Insane Phil, commissioned a Tuthill 911 Safari, which I filmed in Monterey last year. I've always wanted to come down and visit this place because not only are they building amazing 911 Safaris, but also classic 911 race cars, and they're sort of fettling with and improving classic 911 road cars too. So in a second, we're going to head inside, meet up with Richard Tuthill himself, who'll give us a tour, and then we're going to go and find this car, which Ed thinks is going to be so up my street.
Come in. So, lots of Porsches of various different sorts. So you're going to find race cars, rally cars, road cars, and everything in between. Probably the best thing to say. Let's have a little wander. Safari car in build, brand new. Colour scheme you may or may not recognise. So that's a lovely thing. Beautiful road car, very, very near to completion. Special engine, 3.6 litre, lovely dampers, good brakes, light chassis, great thing. Broadly speaking, this side of the building is competition work. The other side of the building is regular road surfacing. So we have 993 Turbo, we have a Carrera 3, an SC Targa, 997 GT3, a beautiful Singer Classic, and rather cool 910. You might recognise this one, your good friend Philip. I think last time you probably saw that was in a bunker. Perhaps Monterey. So that's alive and well after its Safari exploits and is being rebuilt, ready for another outing. And very quickly, I want to show you the engine shop, which is one of my favourite areas. A nice 2-litre cup engine, just finishing a new build here, which is 2-litre Solix carburetors, circa 205 horsepower. Wonderful thing. We have a Safari engine somewhere over there. Sorry, making you move around. Base 3-litre SC engine, PMO carburetors, 280, 300 horsepower. Fairly low compression, you can get away with poor fuel quality that we might find in Africa. What have we got over here? Another 2-litre cup car, 904, Phillips car again. Belgium Tarmac Championship winning Almeras bodied car, which I love. And I think we ought to have a bit of a close look at this one, which is a good way to introduce you to classic Porsches.
Oh, I'm already loving this. Like, it's really bad, I know, but like, I'm so carried away. Also, because you know the spec of this car is very similar to my modern 911 Carrera T, which I just sold.
Yes, and you had some fun in that.
I had a lot of fun in that. It went very far. But come on, talk to me. What actually is this specific car that we're in now?
So 1972 chassis.
Okay.
Giveaway is the oil filler, which is on your side. 1 year only.
Okay.
Makes it a little bit special.
Sure.
I think they stopped producing them there because the Americans were filling them with fuel, not oil.
Okay. Shout out to the Americans.
May not be right. Anyway, so no, it's 1972 car, actually with a 2.7 litre engine that we built 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
From scratch.
Sure.
Little bit of fun interior.
Yeah, I mean, I love a Tata. I like a jaunty interior. I'm a big fan of a jaunty interior.
You're in the right place. And 915 gearbox. One of our pedal boxes.
Okay.
Which should be reassuring to you, because as you press the pedal, it's well balanced. The balance of the brakes is great, and it's consistent.
Okay.
heated screen. I've just seen the heated screen button, so we must have fitted one of them. That's a good thing.
You're learning as we go.
And a really, really loud exhaust.
Yes, I mean, I noticed this when you started up the car to move it into position earlier, and it's outrageously loud. But again, worryingly, that appeals to me.
Well, let's see how we get on. But
yes, I'm going to put a seatbelt on.
You can hear me.
Well, I have seen you drive before, so I'm just going to ensure that the seatbelt works, which it does.
Good. We're all safe.
We're all safe. But
now.
yes.
There we go. So, you can hear it now, but it's not crazy as you heard outside. Very loud outside.
Very loud outside, but actually nicely insulated in here.
Not for long.
Okay, fine.
Not for long. Let's go and have a little run.
Let's have a little run. So, just sort of whilst we're, I guess, getting out and about, where did your Porsche story start? How did you end up being such a Porsche guy?
What went wrong?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people will say that, but I'll say what went right.
Well, as we're driving past the bungalow that I was not born in, but that's where I was when I was a baby.
Okay.
Another house where my father lived when he moved here when he was 17. He was a farmer. Went to Australia. Very quick story. Arrived. There was a drought. Became a VW mechanic.
Okay.
Came back. Set up a workshop. I came along many years later, and actually only came to help him for one rally.
Really?
Yeah, in 2002, I helped get ready for the Safari Rally, which was the first time we ran the Safari Rally in 2003.
Okay, with what cars?
By then, all 911s.
Okay.
And actually, I trained a client. Good friend lives 5 miles away. Trained a client. Sat next to him on the rally as a co-driver.
Okay.
No offence to you, but I shall never do it again. And here we are. I never left.
You just never left. You just kept.
Yeah.
I mean, and would you say you're a Porsche builder or a finesser or is there an elevator pitch for Tuthill?
I'm not brilliant at pitches. We love 911s.
Sure.
And I think I should probably say 911s. I love all Porsches. We look after 356s. I have a Roadster, a 356 Roadster, which I love. But if you have a 911 or a 356 or something early, bad gear change, sorry, then we can help you. And that might be a lovely original RS restoration, a fun car like this where we can add to it, improve it, enhance it. If you want to go to the Safari Rally, we're pretty good at that. If you want to do the 2-litre cup. So if you want anything to do with 911,
okay,
we'll help.
Yeah. And I'm starting to realise what you meant by the fact that the sound increases as we move.
And we're only doing 2,000 RPM quite intentionally. There we go.
It's quick! Oh my god!
There we go.
I wasn't really expecting that.
No, well actually, that was fourth gear from about 2,000 to about 6.5. We'll do it again in second.
Please.
Here we go. So now we're 3,000. Should just go. Pretty good.
Ow!
And it stops.
It really stops because that quick, easy meals van in front of us looked like it was stopping as well. So I'm quite glad we're going to a grinding halt.
She's a bit of a peach. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, because the noise is helping because it's very visceral, right?
Yeah, and can you get a smell now?
A little bit, yeah.
That's the Porsche heating kicking in.
Okay,
yeah.
It's beautifully simplistic, but still really enjoyable, and you start to feel things. And obviously, I'm doing this from the passenger seat at the moment, but I see the appeal. And you say that with this car, it would be a kind of great point to then continue to sort of finesse and work on over the years ahead. You could add bits and change little bits here and there.
Yeah, I think ultimately this is a fantastic base on which you can add your own touch, improve it. So there's areas that can be improved. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, but it has an amazing engine. So actually, that's done. Gearbox was rebuilt. Brake system done. Don't forget the heated windscreen. So it's a great thing. But actually, I think there's areas it can be improved. So if you want to learn and enjoy it and grow with the car and do all of that good stuff, it's a pretty good start point.
Anything I should know about driving a, what year did you say, 1972?
72, yeah.
Anything, because this is my first experience. Is there something I should be aware of, something I shouldn't do?
No, unless I shout brace, I think we'll be all right. The gearbox is a thing.
Okay.
They're brilliant. Anyone who has heard anything other than that has either driven a really bad one, which I don't think this is.
Sure.
I know this isn't. But actually, there's a very long linkage, so it'll take you a little while to get used to.
Okay.
But you've driven plenty of cars and you'll be fine. Brake pedal is firm.
Is firm?
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So that's actually can be adjusted via different master cylinder sizes, but it's firm and it's consistent.
I'm going to say this is a weird thing to say. I feel like I'm sort of sitting further over than I thought I would be.
Absolutely how it should be.
Okay.
Not to say it can't be changed, but
sure.
you
everything's kind of over there,
yeah.
Including the sort of front of the car. Which, by the way, I have to say we haven't mentioned it yet, and I know you're all going to be freaking out because I'm freaking out. It has original Sibbies. This car.
Yeah, so don't go
nicking them.
We're going to hit it at the back because they're way too valuable to lose.
Well, lots of you will know that I put Sibby LEDs on my 911 Carrera T, but this one has original Sibbies.
Really
anyway, enough chat of sitting static. Sorry, go on. You're going to say
yeah.
something
So only on startup, early 911, foot flat to the floor on the accelerator. No pumping, just be patient. And as soon as it fires, lift off.
As soon as it fires,
it's a carburetor thing.
It's a carburetor thing. So flat to the floor.
Yeah, and then just lift as soon as it.
Natural.
There we go. Yeah, and then just clear its throat. There you go. So I noticed you nearly ran out of patience there because you thought it wasn't going to start. Yeah. Well, that's normal.
It's because I've driven a few Lamborghinis recently, and when it goes, you just nothing really.
No comment. But anyway, there you go. We're underway.
Okay, we're underway. Well, let's give this a go. My first real experience in a 70s 911. I'm assuming that's
H pattern.
Yeah,
you're about right.
I'm about right, and as long as I don't stall, we're doing all right.
Welcome to Horsepower Hill.
Okay, so now let's just give it a go.
As you wish, up to the top of a roundabout.
I only got nervous because I suddenly remembered I had GoPros on the outside, and I was like, oh, we're actually going quite fast.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That one's still there.
That one's still there as well, so we're doing all right.
Press on.
The noise is just so addictive.
See why it's called Horsepower Hill.
Yes.
It's a nice long run.
Well, if you didn't have any, you'd be in trouble as well.
Yeah, long way.
Yeah. Oh, I really like this. It definitely feels like a different era in a nice way, but I still get the essence of Porsche, even though I've only really driven mainly modern stuff. I recognise, some of those elements.
The DNA is clear to be seen and felt. Yeah. So we'll do a loop of the roundabout, and then we can go down.
Amazing. Well, this is awesome, unsurprisingly amazing, and I will admit that, yes, Ed was right, the spec is basically right up my street, but this kind of thing is still big money. We're going to find out, I guess, how big the money for this would be when the Collecting Cars auction ends in a few days. If you're interested, by the way, in this car, I'll put a link to the listing below. You can go and check it out. But it's definitely reignited my passion, my excitement for a classic car. The problem with a classic Porsche, there's just too many to choose from. There's so many different variations and combinations and specs, and then you come somewhere like this and I go, well, maybe I want a Safari, or no, maybe I want a Cup car. I don't know. It's just too much going on. But I think more realistically, for the budget I'm thinking of, I need to go and find myself an old rusty barn find 912 in Austria and then bring it here and let the amazing team kind of work on it and caress it and make it into something better than it probably would be in the shape that I bought it. But who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys are excited for the sort of the reignited hunt for a classic. I think it's something that this needs to happen on this channel now. I've been talking about it long enough. So yes, give this video a thumbs up if you are excited. A huge thanks to Ed for letting me know about this car, for Richard and his team for welcoming me down here, and make sure to stay subscribed for plenty more videos to come.